Welcome to Octane Mobile Gaming. Welcome once again to Octane Mobile Gaming. The new season has started and we've got the new Water Slayer deck for the next event. And this is an Arcane Killer deck. The next event is a Slayer, Water Slayer. And as usual, at the beginning of every season, we're all out of coins. Only the big spenders can able to get this deck, or if you're lucky enough. I was lucky enough to get one Master Collection card, and I did get quite a few gold cards, but they were ultra rare for old decks. It was for Ultimate Power Couple deck, which is a really old deck. Anyway, let's jump right in. So the new thing that I can see that has been carried over from the last event is the new leader skill. It's called Advanced Water Slayer Might 4. Now with this skill, you're able to boost the damage and HP of all Water Slayer hero. So we've gone back to what it was before they changed it in December. And this is what I really liked about the old type leader skill. When you got cards like Guardian of Island and so on and so forth, they were able to boost all Water Slayer heroes. Water commanders were able to boost water commander cards and so on and so forth. That was really good. Now we've gone back to that. It is really brilliant, because from time to time you find that your HP on your deck is really low, even though you've got a few water cards on it, because it was killer skill specific. Now it's no longer killer skill specific. It's really great. The battle skill for this card is it's new and it's different. Now this is the first card we are seeing from this meta that's able to create 14 Power Gem 5s. But it's a one-time only offer. So when you activate your battle skill for the first time, you're able to create 14 Power Gem 5s as long as ambushing is active. So it creates 7 water Power Gem 5s and it heals for 2000% of your recovery, which is really good. When ambushing, the effect are doubled and the enemy turn count is increased by 1. So it actually does a turn delay. Charge rate is 9, cooldown is 2. The only thing I'm thinking is the second half of the battle skill, which it increases the enemy turn count by 1. Is this a one-time offer only? Can you activate your battle skill, and even though you can't create 14 power gems after your first activation, can you still delay the boss's turn by 1? We'll wait and see tomorrow. I haven't got the full deck, I've only got the Master Collection card, but I will be going in the 500 gem vault to see if I can get an ultra rare. If I do get an ultra rare, that will be really, really good. Then I'll showcase the deck. It's got 4 passive on it. The first passive is Ace. We are all used to Ace. However, Ace this time around increases your attack for 1 turn by 20%, which is really, really good. So on your first activation, you get 14 power gem 5s. You get 20% increase to your attack. Really, really brilliant. The second passive, which is Ambush, the first time you use this hero battle skill in a battle, it has additional effect. Okay, so reading the passive, it's only the passive that is a one-time use only. So Ambush can only be activated once whenever you use your battle skill for the first turn, which the second half of your battle skill is when ambushing, the effect are doubled and the enemy turn counter is increased by 1. So the second half of your battle skill is only useful while you're ambushing. Ambushing is a one-time effect, one-time passive. So on the first activation of your battle skill, ambushing becomes active, which gives you the ability to double the number of power gems you create and increase the enemy turn count. So you won't be able to actually delay the enemy after your first activation of your battle skill. So only the first half of your battle skill can be used every 2 turns. The second half can only be used once because it's based on this passive, Ambush. Alright, the third passive that it's got is once per battle, instead of dying, you revive and reset Ambush for all Water Slayer hero. Okay, now this part of it is absolutely great. So if you want to create 14 power gem 5s again, you have to die and revive, and it resets Ambush. Okay, so that's really, really good. So now we know the trick to actually create 14 power gems a second time. To create 14 power gems a second time, you have to actually die and use your revive, and then Ambush is reset. So there you go. The third passive actually resets the second passive, which is Ambush. The last passive, Rallying Wave, if you activate 3 or more battle skills in the same turn, increase self-attack by 100% for that turn. So this part of it now, I'm wondering, is it any battle skill or is it a battle skill of the cards associated with this particular deck? I'll wait and see, because it says if you activate 3 or more battle skills in the same turn. So it doesn't specify battle skill of cards that's associated with this deck. It's just any old battle skills. So once you activate any old battle skills, it increases self-attack by 100%, which is really good for this card. But going forward, to actually add in to actually be able to add this card to a deck and increase the attack output of the deck, this card can't do it. This card is just a standalone card which only looks out for itself when it comes to boosting your attack output, which I don't really like cards like this. I really like cards that boost other cards, really. But because we've got other decks that we can use to boost the attack output of these card, Arcane Killer, that's the reason why they've created this kind of battle skill where it only can boost itself. All right. So that is your ultimate form. The counter or the dispel skill, it dispels traitor. So one of the bosses will be running traitor. This is your ultimate form for this week. I don't think it's a bad ultimate form. I think it could have been a bit better, but to be able to create 14 Power Gem 5, I really think is really great. Even though it's not really a one-off, because if you die and use your revive, you can basically reset ambush and get 14 more Power Gems, and it resets ambush for all the cards within the deck. So that is quite a good result. So let's look at the Master Collection card, which I've got a copy of it, and this is the Cunning Conjurer, and she will create 7 Water Power Gem 4s, and she will also heal for 2000% of your recovery. So you've got your ultimate form healing for 2000%, you've got your Master Collection card healing for 2000%, so you'll be getting a lot of heal from this deck. When ambushing, the effects are doubled, so you can create 14 Power Gem 4s with this card as well, which is really, really great. So you can see the reason why they've actually made it that ambushing is only a first time activation only, because you basically can use this card, which creates 14, your ultimate form, which creates 14, and your ultra rare, which creates 14. So 3 times 14, that's filling the board and start to upgrade other Power Gems. Well, you won't upgrade other Power Gems because Gem Crush actually kicks in. It's got 3 passive. The first passive is Haste, which gives you a 20% increase. You start with your battle skill fully charged. The first passive is Ambush, which we know actually kicks in when you activate your battle skill for the first time. And you've got your passive, your third passive, which is your Revive, which actually resets ambush, and we all know what revive does anyway. If you're new to the game, it basically gives you a second bite at the cake, or a second bite at the apple, and it resets ambush. So this card will reset itself as well. So that is really good, that the Master Collection card, if you've got that card on its own, if you die, it gives you a revive, it resets itself, it resets ambush, which is really, really good. Let's look at the ultra rare, Watcher of the Waves, and this one, its battle skill creates 7 Water Power Gem 5s. When ambushing, the effect is doubled, and this one actually gives you the turn delay. So your Master Collection doesn't give you a turn delay. It's the ultra rare that gives you the turn delay alongside your ultimate form. All the cards have got a two turn cooldown. All the cards have got the haste passive on it, which increase your attack by 20% on your first activation. All the cards have got ambush on it, which becomes active when you activate your battle skill for the first time, which enables your cards to create 14 Power Gems. This one has got Rallying Wave, so if you activate 3 or more battle skills in the same turn, increase self-attack. So this one increases its own attack output alongside the ultimate form. The Master Collection doesn't increase itself. However, the Master Collection card has got the Revive, which resets the ambush passive. So the deck actually, each card complements each other. The Master Collection card, the Ultra Rare, and the Ultimate Form. These three cards actually complements each other, and that's three cards that can create 14 power gem each. So I can understand why they've got this passive, Rallying Waves, where you might think of activating 2 of your cards, battle skill, and save 1 for the next turn, because you will be able to activate any one of these cards after you've activated any other card, and you will still create the 14 power gem, because it's the battle skill of this card that it depends on, not the battle skill of the other card. So each card's battle skill is actually independent of the other. So let's look at the event card, which I've got a copy of. High King Octane's probably butchered that, don't care anyway. The battle skill for this card creates 5 water power gem 4s. It also heals for 1000% of your recovery. When ambushing, the effect is doubled. So this card can create 10 water power gem 5s. It's also got the passive, which is haste, which increases your attack by 20%, and you begin with your battle meter filled. It's also got ambush on it, and it hasn't got the revive. That's the only thing with this one, it hasn't got the revive. So if, like me, you got 1 copy of this card, 1 copy of the Master Collection card, it can work hand in hand, and the Master Collection card will complement this one, wherein when and if you actually die, you will reset ambushing, and you can create basically 10 power gem 4s from this and 14 power gems from your Master Collection card, giving you a grand total of 28 power gems. Plus you've got other cards that you will be adding to the deck, which will give you a bit more power gem as well. So let's look at that main card is not too bad in my books. It's okay. It's okay event card. So this one is your support card. It creates a protective ward for 2 turns. The first time an enemy attack you while ward is up, you suffer no damage for that turn. Only 1 ward can be active at any time. So it only covers you for 2 turns, but only 1 turn you actually don't take any damage. So basically, in a Slayer event, if you activate it before you're gonna get hit, because you don't get hit every turn in Slayer event. Every other turn you get hit. So if you activate it the turn when you're not gonna get hit, turn that you're gonna get hit, you still will have that shield and you won't take any damage. That's how I'm seeing this. So in a commander event, if you activate it, you won't take any hit for 1 turn, but the second turn you will take the damage. It's got haste on it as well, and it's got a passive, High Seas Hail, which creates 6 water gems whenever this hero attacks. So that's a passive which creates 6 water gem each time you attack. So if you attack every turn, you create 6 water gems, and it's got a 6 turn cooldown on this one, because it's an immunity card. I think 5 turn would have been better because it's a support card. And if you've got 2 of these on the board, only 1 of the battle skill can be active at any given time. So it's an okay support card. It's not brilliant, but it gives you an immunity, which is alright in my books. So the deck is quite interesting. I think it can have the potential to deal quite a lot of damage if you had cards like, say, the Jailers, because the Jailers is an arcane killer card, and the deck is a arcane deck. So this is my Master Collection card, and it's an arcane deck. So you've got a few cards you can add to it. I've got Frozen Devastation, which is one that I'm going to use to get the killer bonus, and I'm gonna use my Master Collection card as well. I'm planning to use the Master Collection card from Frozen Devastation deck, and I'm planning to actually run the Jailers. However, the 5th card is yet to be decided. I've chosen the Savage Swarm simply because this one creates Water Power Gem 5s passively. So if I hold out, get as much Water Power Gem, not Water Power Gem, Earth Power Gem 5s on the board, then activate, say, this one, Jet Powered Eagle, and create a few Water Power Gems on the board. This one has got passive where every 4 turn it creates 4 Water Power Gem 2s. So if you wait on the passive to become active, this one has got the same passive as well. So between this card and this card, you're creating 8 Water Power Gems passively. Then you activate your Jailers. Then you can activate, say, Cunning Conjurer to create your 14 Water Power Gem 4s. Then you activate your Frozen Devastation and say this one, and you've got quite a bit of Power Gems on the board, and your Earth Power Gems will actually create your boundary, stopping all your Water Gems from crushing. You could potentially create some really powerful Power Gems on the board using a combination like this one. However, if you haven't got the Jailers, Circuit Break Illyria, if you've got that one, it's an Arcane Killer card. It does boost your deck quite significantly. However, it is a slow burner because you need to get your intensity a bit high, and you need to have 8 fire gems on the board. So this one is really a slow burner because it's intensity dependent. This one is something that I came up with. Say you haven't got the current deck, say you haven't got the Master Collection card, but you've got Frozen Devastation. You could use Frozen Devastation as the card to give you the killer skill, the killer bonus, and you could use Apex Predator if you've got Apex Predator alongside High Performance Unit Area in combination with the Glorious Golem. So there's a few choices we've got out there. We'll have a look at those tomorrow. We'll see them in action. We'll see how well they perform. We can see the damage output on the combinations that I've got because I haven't got the full deck. So we'll wait and see tomorrow if I get lucky in the 500 gem vault, if I can showcase the deck. If I can't, I'll be showcasing these 3 combinations. See how we get on. See if we can add any other cards to the deck that will enable the deck to perform a bit better, a bit more powerful, and we'll see where we go from there. All right, guys, so I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. So that's your deck. It's okay deck. It's one that if you're lucky enough to get it, I think it's gonna perform really well within this event. It's something new. Always like to try something new. We'll see how powerful it is, see how we get on. So I'm gonna leave it there for now. So as ever, like, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, guys, please subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can get notification every time I upload a video. Leave a like on the video. This is Octane saying peace and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.